so stupid. Hey guys, welcome back to Survival Dispatch. Today what I'm doing is making a neck sheath for this awesome little dozer knife. Now I personally have no issues with this sheath that came with this knife. I think it works really well in the way that I carry it. I have no problems. But my buddy Alan Kay tells me that he needs a neck sheath for this because he's just not digging the sheath. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make one for him because, I quote, "I need a neck sheath like Snoop Dogg need that chronic." So that's what I'm gonna do for him. I'm gonna see if I can help him out. But now the thing about Kydex is you got to be quick. Once you heat it up, you got to be ready to get it in the on the press really fast because it cools down really quick too. So got to have everything kind of staged and ready to rock so I could boom, 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 put everything in place. I've discovered that about on this toaster oven, if I'm rocking it at the max temperature 450 and I just turn it on, it takes about 3 minutes. It takes about 3 minutes to cook my Kydex. These thin little rubbery Gorilla Gloves are the best for this kind of work that I found because they protect your hands from getting burned when you're trying to mold stuff, heating up with a heat gun and getting out of the toaster oven, but you can still feel what you're doing. You still have that dexterity. So these things work pretty good. All right, it's been about 3 minutes. I'm gonna pull this out and hopefully I don't screw it up and get it on there and placed correctly before it cools down. The other piece out. Placed it on. Press. And if it doesn't come out flawlessly the first go, it's no big deal. I can always just heat it up again or take the my heat gun to it and perfect it. But I'm gonna leave it in there for about a minute and let it cool down. And hopefully we've got a good form. So I've kind of got my basic shape drawn out of what I want this sheath to look like. And now I need to kind of determine where I want my eyelets to go. And I'm thinking I need it to be pretty close to the handle here because I need this to be snug and tight and keep retention on the blade, because especially in a neck sheath, you need it to be snug and not go anywhere. Get after it.
Yeah, mine sucked.
All right, so we've got all our holes in the Kydex and 2 pieces of Kydex. We just need to dress up the holes a little bit, clean them up so the rivets sit flush, sit flat, and there's no debris kind of holding them up off of there, and especially nothing in between. We don't want any kind of this junk because that will create a space and be less tension on our knife. And ain't nobody got time for that. The nice edge of the rivet, this part here that's already been flared out, I want that to face outwards, the part that you'll see, just because it's gonna look nicer. Then he'll pull the knife out with his right hand. So that means that I want my eyelets to go in this direction right there. I kind of work it around in a circle like this, and it seems to make it a little bit smoother. There we go. So we've got all of our eyelets done. Nice and uniform, looking good. Let's check our blade, check our fit. Oh, friggin' perfect. It's coming along pretty good. Getting close to the shape that I'm looking for. This part is the part we got to be careful with and we got to go slow with. Well, one, because we don't want the grinder to heat up the Kydex and take the shape away that we want, because then we'd have to heat it back up and fix it. So we don't want that. But we've got to make sure that we have enough retention, and this is where we're going to get that retention, most of it. I mean, I could always pinch the blade down, which I probably will do afterwards, but I want to make sure that this part snaps in nicely. And right now, it's working pretty good. That nice snap. I don't know if you can hear it over the grinder, but that is what I'm looking for, that really secure fit. And the more of this I take away, the less of that we're going to get. So this sheath is actually turning out really awesome. And one of the really cool things about this knife is this ball bearing here that is used for a bow drill. And I thought it was just a silly gimmick at first, but when I tried it out, it really works phenomenally. Very, very effective if you're using enough for friction fire and a bow drill. But we want to be able to use that with the knife in its sheath, for obvious safety reasons. And if my sheath, as it is now, covers that bearing up, that's not going to be very effective. So I need to cut this back just a little bit more. I don't want to take too much, but as you can see, it fits really snug. Let me make sure it's in focus here. Fits really snug. When I pull that knife out, you can see it separate the Kydex. When I push it in, it separates the Kydex. You get it in camera here. It separates the Kydex and then snaps back when the knife is fully in the sheath, and that's exactly what you want for good retention, especially on something that you're going to be dangling around your neck. Now before we give this thing to Alan, we need to lace it up and turn it into an actual neck sheath. Should have melted this in before I started, but it's all right. There we go. And now that'll hang around his neck like so. And I'll just tie that off with an adjustable knot. I make a simple overhand knot with this piece that goes around this end of the line. Like that. And then I do the same thing with this one that goes around this end of the line. So, and I snug those up. Need to fix that one, that's not very neat. Go. There we go. So now I can tighten it. I can tighten it, make it shorter so it's closer to my neck, or I can lengthen it to make it easier to get off. But either way, those knots bind against one another and it can't come off. It can't come undone. So I can have it nice and loose, or I can tighten it up as much as I want. Doesn't really matter. I need to shorten it a little bit, but you get the gist. It can be easily pulled off just like that with a single hand. And I think he's gonna dig it. Let's find out.
So are you into neck sheaths at all?
I like a neck sheath a lot.
Yeah. I like this one. You did a good job on it.
Well, I appreciate it. What do you like about it?
Well, days like today when I like to be ultra minimal and just not have pockets or like a belt, or I'm not carrying anything, I can just throw this.
Or if you just want to go no pants.
Just go nude. Like if you're gonna be nude bathing in the stream, you can at least have a shank on you. You know, one-handed deployment. Ah! Get out of my personal space, back off, you know. that kind of stuff.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Yeah.
It's got good retention. You know, the old one I had, I would go to sleep and roll over and it'd be popped out laying in the bed.
Can't have
That's
that.
not going to happen with this one.
No, that was pretty. It's in there good.
I like the way you did the blade retention on top.
Yeah, that's how I do it.
And it's ambidextrous. If this hand's busy, hey, what's up? Shankomatic 5000.
That's right. That's
Nothing
right.
says get out of my personal space like a pointy, sharp thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you wear the mask all the time?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Safety first.
Yeah, you know.
Because you just don't know.
Well, you don't know what you don't know.
Right. Yeah, you just don't know when something's going to go down.
That's right.
That's right. I
I
like
mainly
it.
like the eye protection.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if I'm weed eating, you know.
Sure. Of
Yeah.
course.
Or if I feed the chickens.
Yeah.
Sometimes I milk the goats, I get oversprayed.
Uh-huh.
You know, so I got to do it like that.
Yeah, that's great. Awesome. That's good. It's a good
Yeah.
look.
Well, there's a lot of snakes, so I got to have snake protection. You know? Got to have snake boots, and I spray permethrin on there so that when the ticks, they don't even get on. So
Yeah.
it's not a bridge where they can make it, you know.
That's right.
So that's
And
how I do
then the bare knees, you can see them. You know.
Yeah.
See them. Yeah, it's
it.
easy.
You can eyeball it.
Yeah.
That's right.
I love what you're doing.
It works, man. I like that. That's nice.
All right. Well, you dig the sheath. You
I
notice
did.
I cut this out here. I cut that out so you can use the bearing
Yeah.
for bow drill if needed.
While it's in the sheath.
Yeah.
Well, that's. Yeah, you did. That's just right there. Form fitted.
I'm not messing around.
It's almost like you designed it.
I bring a quality product to the table.
I'm all about quality.
Well, I'm glad you dig it. I like that setup because the string
I'm
can
probably-
be used for the bow drill. Like it's ready to rock.
I'm probably going to shorten that up though.
Yeah, I left it long because you're a little bigger guy than I am, so I didn't know.
Yeah,
You can always shorten it, but you can't make it longer unless you cut a new string. So
yeah, that's slick.
yeah,
That's why I didn't carry the knife, because I didn't like the sheath.
well there you go. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one.
Tuck me!
It's perfect. Thank you.